Good? Hey plebs, welcome to the respawn point.
Welcome to your 14th respawn. We know Monday's your least favorite day, so we're here to help you get back into the game, or week.
Respawn Mondays is a show all about some of our favorite games, including PUBG, Battlefront, Overwatch, and ARK. With a changing list as we continue to pick up and drop different games, we're your average gamers, trying to get through the week with some sweet, sweet relaxation playing time. So before you respawn back into the week, take a breather and let us catch you up. Today we'll be covering ARK Aberration release, some of our impressions, and some of the new items you can get in-game, and also the PUBG test server patch notes. We're your host, Elias Christensen, and guest hosting this week is Cooper Lavins. So how's your week been, Cooper?
Good. I did some family stuff this weekend, so I didn't get to play a lot of games. Earlier in the week, per the norms, played some League. Mostly ARK because we
played some ARK.
Playing some Aberration, so that's been fun. And then just playing League here and there. So
playing League. You've also recently been playing through Super Mario Galaxy, right?
Odyssey,
yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Yep, totally. So I played through the whole game. Just playing towards the end, just collecting doing all the. I mean, not side quests, but doing just exploring all the rest of the corners of the game.
Just trying to find all those moons.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been fun.
I've just been watching videos about people finding different moons, and it's like, ooh, just to see some of the hiding spots.
Yeah, there's so many. So many, and plus in each kingdom, you can get a certain amount of special coins, which is the currency for that area, and you can spend everything on like souvenirs to decorate the Odyssey, or statues.
What's the Odyssey?
That's the ship.
That's the ship.
That
okay.
You travel, yeah.
Same, sort of like your home planet in Galaxy.
The one that moves. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. But yeah, it's really fun. It's your typical like super awesome fun Mario game. Like very little to complain about. I just have a few of the control issues with. But it's really
on the
minor.
Switch. Specifically,
not specifically on the Switch. Just like He can do. There's so much actions Mario can do, and just some of the way you do different things is so similar. Sometimes you end up doing the wrong thing. So it's probably just
There's probably some learning curve, and then there's probably just
but I'm probably also not as refined, and I don't aspire to be like the best Mario player.
You're not going
ever.
for speedruns.
I'm not going for speedruns. Not even close. I can't even watch those things.
Nice. I look at the Switch and I just I get the if you take both the control. Now, how do you usually play on the Switch? Do you have them separate?
They recommend you play Mario Odyssey each control in each hand.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, with the strap things, which I
see. That makes sense. That makes sense to me because you could just literally be laying in any which way on the couch.
And it does. The game really does lend itself to the motion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's
pretty cool.
Yeah. So which is hard if you're playing handheld.
Yeah.
You can do the motion, but you're shaking your whole experience at the same time. So, but there's always a button to substitute for doing the motion.
Yeah, I like the potential. If you're holding each, I don't know what to call them, but controller, Joy-Cons.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. I forgot to.
That your thumbs can move a little bit more naturally than if you're on the Switch.
I mean, I was impressed. I was like, what is this Wii controller when the thing came out? I was like, this is stupid. Yeah. And then I got it in my hands and I was like, wow. And then playing Metroid Prime 3, I was like, this controller is amazing. Depending on the game. But anything other than that, you can do it one way sideways, that was always really lame.
Yeah.
No one wants to play Smash like that.
No.
It's so I mean the games that were made to hold the Wii controller the way it was created, those always felt right and supernatural. And not supernatural, but very natural. And so having the Joy-Con in each hand, I think is the best way. I mean, it is recommended that you play Mario Odyssey that way, but I think it's the best way to play any game that I played on the Switch so far.
Yeah. So if anybody's guessing, Cooper's our registered Nintendo fan in our friends group.
I guess now that you say it, yeah, no one else really does.
I mean, like, I love to play Smash, and I would play.
Well, I'm actually borrowing Mario Odyssey from Brandon. Brandon is a big Nintendo fan too. Yeah. He definitely is. I always talk Nintendo with him. So
that's true. Yeah. All right. Well, I've been playing, like you said, some ARK.
Before we move off topic, they did release the expansion pack for A Legend of Zelda as well recently. I forget what day, but very recently. It might have actually been last week, if I remember.
Does it include like a whole new storyline?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, basically.
Wow.
So I do have it. I haven't touched it yet.
How much? Do you know how much it is, or how much it was?
I bought the. There was 2 expansion DLCs.
Mm-hmm.
You could buy like both of them, like a few. It was in the summer, like a few months after the game came out.
Mm-hmm.
You could buy both expansions. So I bought them both
as a bundle.
And I'm gonna be honest, I haven't touched either one of them.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to when I actually get around to it because they're supposed to be really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was DLC for that game. So.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, but the second wave of it was just released. It's been planned for a long time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the second one was just released, so that's exciting.
That's a new thing for Zelda games.
Really new for Nintendo.
Yeah.
They've never done DLC until very recently.
They're like, you mean
for any of their big ticket games, they've never.
They're like, you mean we can make more money if we just hold back half the game?
They're like, wow, this Splatoon thing's really working out. Maybe we should try this.
Splatoon thing. Yeah.
So this is what online gaming experience is.
It's just free money.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll let people play their games online now. Like, let people stream them and broadcast them without DMCA takedowning them.
I don't know. I don't know what the future of Nintendo is. But they do, and I've heard really, 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 really good things about the Switch. I love the system.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's one of the best systems they've ever made. It's definitely better than the Wii. Yeah, it's just really fun. It's super versatile.
Better than the Wii,
I took it on a plane, and I had no problems with it.
Yeah, you just brought a battery pack.
That was it's so versatile. It's much more like, it has much more of a presence in your life having the mobility. Like, you can just...
It's pretty cool.
And I've had no issues with it at all. Like, it works fine. Like,
I meant to mention...
Just to go into give my full review there.
I meant to mention the other day I was at Best Buy, and I'm going to verify the price. They have the new 2DS XL? We're just on a Nintendo. We didn't even plan this. We're on a Nintendo bench right now. The new 2DS XL, it flips, as opposed to, like, just the standing 2DS. So it's basically everything the 3DS XL is, other than the 3D. Okay. And they have a Pokemon version.
What's the price difference, do you know?
Right now the Pokemon version's $160.
Can we show the viewers that,
or? No. Sorry. It's just a picture I took at Best Buy. But yeah, the new 2DS XL, and I just saw the Pokemon version. I was like, Cooper's gonna need that.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Pokemon, I have no plans to play Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon.
Why not?
And I feel kind of bad. I don't know, because I'm only just thinking about it now. Like, I haven't actually even considered seriously playing it.
There were years.
Because Sun and Moon were just such good games. I have no reason not to play.
There were years between Ruby and Omega Ruby, or Alpha Sapphire, or whatever. Like,
no, that was like a game relaunch.
Yeah.
That was a recreate.
Yeah. But
this is not that.
So where did the additional storyline come from?
No idea.
Okay.
Are you asking about Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon?
No, I'm talking about Omega Ruby. Wasn't that the Emerald? That was Emerald storyline, I think. No, I could be completely wrong. I'm pulling that out.
Yeah, Emerald was the third in that series.
Yeah.
But
okay. Anyway, hey, Higgsy, we belong to you, and you will. Oh, okay, cool. Well, come on down, I guess. Hey, Higgsy's one of our good followers.
I'll steal them
loyal
from
boy.
you. Okay.
Cooper's new to this relationship, hey, Higgsy. So, yeah, I wasn't sure about I'm sure there's additional story, but I sort of feel like maybe we'll just get it in another relaunch at some point. Until
I think it might be a game worth playing. I've read really good things about it.
Until I go on another Pokemon binge.
But they always do this.
See, like,
you know that, right? They always do this. Like,
yeah.
Emerald was like the third, and there's additional stuff.
Yeah.
And then, like, there's different available things, and
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, that's sort of the pattern.
But then they're doing 2 now, like with Black and White 2.
Oh, yeah.
And so they're doing 2 more games now instead of like 1, which I think is kind of lame. But whatever.
It's a little much because if you want to get them all and you don't have any friends, you need to buy 4 games.
Yeah. There's a lot of people without friends out there too.
Yeah.
Don't play Pokemon.
I'm not getting back into Pokemon.
It's not that hard to have friends, but it's hard to have friends that play Pokemon.
Yeah. I think maybe like what I found, like Pokemon fit that perfect time of like, okay, I'm moving and I'm not going to set up my computer for a while, so I'm just going to go on a binge for a couple weeks of just breeding.
Well, plus Pokemon's super nostalgic to me, so I'll always play it.
That's pretty cool.
I won't get as I actually just watched a YouTube video the other day, the championship.
Oh yeah,
watch it. Yeah, it's so fun to watch.
That's pretty cool.
It's so fun to watch professionals play Pokemon.
I should watch it. I've watched some.
It's just so fun.
I watched some trading card game.
Okay, that must be fun too.
It's pretty interesting. Yeah, I mean, just the plays like. Plus, you need to know the whole deck. There was a while where I was listening to podcast where the guy would analyze every card and how many decks it's going to fit into and new decks, and like and it was just him. He didn't have a guy going with him, and I was like in awe at this dude's drive because he would just every week sit down and like he loved the game.
Yeah, that's cool. I think it was Japan.
Japan champion.
Yeah, versus Australia was the last.
Okay. It was in Boston a while ago, wasn't it?
You're kidding.
No, I'm thinking the trading card.
Okay.
The World Championship was in Boston 2 years ago.
None of this. It's like, is this in this group? None of this
is in this group. Okay. All right. So we got to get back to the doc.
This is good though.
Yeah. This has been very fun. And
says the new guy.
Whoever's watching, like if you want more of this, it'll probably be happening again next week. Nick wasn't feeling that well this week, so he took a day off. And next week, Nick is probably going to be visiting with family. It's still up in the air, so Cooper and me are probably going to be talking more about ARK and Nintendo, I guess.
Speaking of ARK,
yeah,
is that where we're going?
I'm just going to talk about a little bit of my experience in the games I played this week.
Okay.
PUBG, it's been pretty good. They've made some changes, and we're going to talk about those patch notes in the news. But one thing I'm noticing is the lag when you come in. Like, they're not improving the servers for a test. Like, there's still a solid 3 minutes of rubber banding when you drop, which is unbearable. So it's this game of, like, who can... I mean, it's always a game of who can get to a weapon first, but it's so much worse, like, so much more compounded. Like, when you were at the weapon and you tab and you drag and then you pop back 10 feet and you're like, well, I'm dead.
It's irritating.
It's very irritating. Hopefully, this Wednesday, which... There's other... I hate
the schedule.
So many games are releasing things on the same day.
These are good problems, though.
Sort of good problems.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, PUBG's coming out Wednesday. I'm pretty excited for it. I'll probably be playing it a bunch.
It's a fun game. It's a fun game. To me, it's a fun game to play with friends. It's not something to get heavily invested
I think a lot of people play like that. I mean, I want to get some good... Ethan's been killing it. He had a 9-kill win the other day. He's been solidly getting 6 to 7 kills.
I don't see myself ever getting that invested in this game.
Well, you'd have to be playing... Like, this is the thing, is like...
We also play
other shooters. Like, you know, you're invested in MOBAs and MMOs. I'm relatively lowly... see, your relation to shooters is my relation to MOBAs. Low effort, low reward, but it's still fun sometimes.
I mean, it's very similar to the amount of investment I could have in League, but I choose to have more. Like, because it's not like, how could I put this without having even thought about it at all? You know, I'm trying to but it's just because there's rounds. There's so many rounds. Like, you know, when a round is over, you forget it happened and you move on. Yeah. Unless it was really good, then you remember it.
Yeah.
So this game is like that you know, that game in League and a lot of other games are similar in that way. So
yeah, I think
so. Like, you can only if you don't want to, or if you want to, you can only play a round every once in a while, and like, you know, you're just not as invested, but you can still have a decent amount of skill. You can still have a lot of fun. You can still play with your friends when they're playing. Like, that's the only time I play PUBG. When you guys are like, let's play, and then I'll play. It's like I'm not really invested. Yeah. Whereas like League, I will play by myself. Yeah. Because I am that invested in
that makes sense. Yeah. And then I played a little Overwatch, the new game modes for the Winter Wonderland event or whatever. I'm not sure exactly what the event's called, but it's pretty good. Some of the skins, which I think we have listed later, are really sick. I love the Roadhog skin. I'm looking at getting the Anna skin, but I gotta play more if I want to get them because I don't have any money. But the game modes are super
donate.
fun. The game modes are super fun. I love May's Snowball Offensive because it's like it almost brings me back to like opping in CS:GO or like Deagle or Scout, like those high risk reward weapons where like you better hit that shot because otherwise you die. Because in May's Snowball Offensive you only have one snowball in your gun, and so if you miss you have to go find a pile of snow and make a snowball. Oh, and it's 6v6 game mode and in a map, and so it's like it's very unless you get your ult. If you have your ult, you have a bunch of snowballs, which is super fun. But so it's a lot of like slow go and then like boom, and if you miss, you better run. Yeah. So it's different and fun. Yeah. It's a high tense like experience. And then the other game mode, which is new for this year for the winter event, is what's it called? The Yeti. It's the one. Oh, maybe it's just called the Yeti. I don't know what it's actually called. But it's 1 Winston, which is the big ape dude, versus 5 Mays, which is the same from the Winter Snowball Offensive.
You were telling me a little bit about this,
and that's pretty fun. I didn't have as much fun, mostly because I found like the Yeti is OP. Like most of my games, he won. I did end up winning. I did end up winning against the Yeti, and I've won a game as the Yeti, which were both pretty fun. But I had a lot more fun in the Snowball Offensive from last year. But then again, I didn't get to... What they did recommend in Jeff Kaplan's video is to play together with your friends. Like, where one of your friends is the Yeti and the rest of you are Maze.
I'll make sure to do that.
You don't have Overwatch. But, yeah, we should try to do that if anybody else is in the chat. Let's see what a Higgsy is saying.
It was so hard.
Okay.
What was so hard?
What?
What game mode you were just talking about?
Oh,
that's Megan.
In the Yeti. Yeah, in the Yeti thing. Yeah, it was pretty hard.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Okay, so yeah, let's get into our discussion of the week. We're going to be talking about ARK Aberration release.
Have you not talked about this yet?
We have not. I've talked about some of the mysterious mysteries that got released, and
which were nothing,
and some of the hints that we got. So like no dino transfer in and no flyers.
Okay.
But more of the specifics.
Now that we actually played it.
Yeah.
And this is actually a game we have in common. So.
Yeah, and we have we have the list of the engrams here. We're going to talk about how maybe we could see them being useful.
Oh, cool.
In other arcs, or even what we think Aberration is going to be for the game overall. Like what those servers are going to do. Because right now, official servers are a weird place to be. If you're not, like...
I have so much to say about that. I don't know if you want me to start saying stuff about that.
I think I have something...
Just in our Aberration experience alone, I just have so much to say about that. But
of official release? On official servers? What do you have to say about Aberration on official servers?
It's just a typical English-speaking douchebags, basically. And then the super, super aggressive foreign players.
Well, okay,
so it's just like it's just the same thing. It's the same thing all over again.
On our official server.
And it's like, now I don't really know how I feel about it, because, I mean, it is PvP, so you are signing up for it. Mm-hmm. Should I label them Chinese? We don't know. It's foreign characters, but we can pretty much bank on them being Chinese.
Yeah.
They're super aggressive. They have the numbers. They dominate really quick, and there's nothing you can do. So it's like...
Well, that's because we
and then you got other people, North American. There's no language barrier, and they knock you out and take your crossbow. Like, really, you don't want to like get the. I mean, this is gonna sound super racist, but get the foreign influence off of the North American servers, because it's like you can't play the game.
It's just
they have the numbers. They take over super fast. They're known cheaters.
Part of what? Okay, not all Chinese players are known cheaters.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to sound like
Chinese
that, but
mega tribes are often found.
They have a really bad reputation.
Exploits that are against.
And we don't know if they're doing that now.
Supposedly it's fixed. Lol.
Yeah. But it does make the experience frustrating when every time you get wiped unofficial, it's always by a foreign tribe.
Yeah. So one thing I think about,
because they are super aggressive,
our server that we've been playing on this past week, is the moment I logged in and was running around, they asked me, a bunch of English-speaking players were asking me, like, oh, you want to join up into our tribe?
And I think that more of that needs to happen.
Yeah, and I told them, hey guys, like, I don't know, I'd have to ask the rest of my tribe, but like we'll be under use of the Force and we'll be 100% friendly. You know, we're just trying to build up right now.
Yeah, and that's blown up in our face.
Sort of.
Which is just
from what I've seen in our global chat is the people on our server are way too talkative. They just love to get into arguments, which is on every server ever. Like, people just spend their time talking in global chat. And one of the problems that we've had joining up into other tribes is that we have a standard of doing things, like a quality of build, a quality of tame, that other tribes, like, maybe we just need to learn to cope with an inferior product or whatever, and like
until you get to, and yeah, we did. I did experience that when we were part of that alpha tribe too.
Yeah, when we were.
It's like like in the beginning, it's just you just gotta get by, and I get that.
Yeah,
I totally get that, but it just seems so silly, where it's like, you know, you're in North America playing on a North American server, and you can't because someone from another part of the world has totally dominated the servers. Yeah, and it's like, you know, like I said, it's like that is what you signed up for. They have every right to do it. They have the numbers. They have, you know, obviously.
I like that. I like that the game is worldwide.
But at the same time, it's like, why are the people that are from North America just kind of like sissy fighting over stupid things, when it's like we actually should really be the ones that, you know, we need to work together and have a stronger presence.
I think
this is getting out of hand.
I think lack of hope plays into it, like.
Which is totally understandable.
Yeah, like people
totally because that's where I'm at.
Let's just turn.
I'm like, there's no point in doing this. It's fun for a little bit, but it's like you cannot get invested.
Yeah. So we're hoping, if Metro's in the chat at all, we're done setting up our private, or maybe not private, just unofficial, Aberration server with the cluster that you have, so that we could do some. At least preparations for official, because
I just think just have fun with the new map, because we're not gonna get to do that on official.
A week? Well, no, we're not.
It's just not gonna happen. We're not gonna make any progress.
I spent like 4 hours last night just going around the new map in a single player map, and it's so huge and
I
so
think
dangerous.
It's great.
I went to the Drake Scar where you get all the rock drakes, and compared to where the wyverns are on Scorched Earth, there's so many drakes. They're invisible.
Oh.
And they're everywhere. And I was just flying through, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, I couldn't imagine how many dinos. And then, so then I teleported to some of the caves, and one cave I couldn't even find my way out of.
Right.
B, there were so many dinosaurs in those caves. Dangerous dinosaurs. Like, not easy dinosaurs. There's eels in rivers in underwater caves. And there's underwater tunnels inside these caves. There's no ocean on this map,
right?
But there's underwater tunnels and caves.
It's like we thought we were done with eels.
I know.
He's stressed out. Whoa, calm down.
But, like, yeah, I saw an eel in a river. So, like, why is that even here? Like,
right. So it's enough to, like, have to build yourself up to be able to accomplish.
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine
all of that.
I couldn't even imagine how we're gonna beat these.
And
caves.
then how you're even supposed to do that on official?
Yeah,
where you have people knocking you out for your crossbow, your primitive crossbow. It's like, are you guys kidding me?
Yeah. Well,
so it's
I get having fun, but okay. So let's get into.
And it has been fun, but besides.
What do you? Okay, let's get off official. What do you think about the aberrant versions of the classic dinos? Do you have any favorites?
I mean, they're essentially the same thing.
Oh, you know what else I saw?
What?
Sorry to go back. Aberrant anglerfish inside one of the caves.
That's cool.
Never gonna get it off the map because there's no beacons or anything to transfer it.
Right.
Super annoying. Never mind, they're in caves. They're in caves, so you couldn't even tame them if they're above normal level.
Above normal level, yeah. I'm sure you could find one.
Like,
who knows? There's probably like one spot you can do it.
I guess anglerfish already glow in the dark on the normal
map. You'll sleep at night.
Yeah. Okay, so what? Yeah. Any favorites out of the classic dinos?
So we didn't get very far, but we did have fun with some things.
Yeah.
I mean, the aberrant aspect of it is not really that important to me. It is neat.
Okay,
it's
so
cool.
Do you have any favorites?
I mean, no, they're the same thing. They just glow a little.
Yeah, I love the glowy
spots.
I love the glowy spots.
Yeah, okay. You're way more excited about it than me.
Well,
I mean, it's cool.
I think like the scorpions, like because remember how the scorpions always had like what looked like painted claws. And, like, so now to make those spots glow.
No, it's
like,
definitely
makes
cool.
So much sense.
Yeah, no,
like,
it's definitely cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're looking at things from a statistical standpoint, it doesn't really.
No,
I mean, it is kind of like, we tamed a really cool colored or.
I guess it doesn't matter so much on official, but sometimes if you see like a heavily mutated dino on official and you find like a pink Giga or something, you're like, dang, that person. You have a sense of respect for that person because not only did they spend the time to do that,
now will you be able to
defended everything while they were trying to do that.
Now will you be able to do that with like the aberrant aspects of the thing? Oh,
we don't know.
That would be even cooler.
That's gonna be crazy, yeah.
But yeah. So anyway, new creatures. I mean, I didn't really find it. I didn't get far enough to find a real purpose for the bulb dog. Besides,
yeah, you have to get.
But I mean, apparently they have a lot of use in like dark areas. You have to go to the
surface and find nameless and reapers and stuff.
And it chases them away or something like that.
So the element of charge actually damages nameless.
Oh.
Which is why so one of the engrams we have here is the charged lantern.
Okay.
Which is that thing you saw in it looks like a flamethrower but with charge.
Yeah.
So that will damage nameless. It'll kill them.
Okay.
So it's one of the most effective ways of hurting nameless. So I mean, they're just. I think they're messed up people. I think they're messed up survivors, but
we don't have any backstory for any of this, but
or at least I haven't read it.
That's what they look like.
Yeah.
Okay. I was reading that the Carcinos,
mm-hmm.
they're one of the most useful tames. Because there are no flyers, they can carry other dinos.
Oh,
yeah. So that's one really useful thing that they can do.
Oh wow.
That you're gonna need one.
Okay. So did you know this about the Ravager that it can walk on zip lines? So those natural zip lines, it can walk across them.
That's cool.
And the level 50 one that I tamed, or not even like it was pretty. I think it was level 40 or something. Mm-hmm. Had 800 weight. Which was like. I thought that was way out of proportion. So
awesome.
Yeah, so at that point
they are OP.
Ravagers
are really OP. I mean, it's first of all they're always in group, which makes anything harder.
They get an alpha bonus.
If you're a human, you can't do anything.
No,
you just have to run, and they're wicked fast, and they do tons of damage, and they have a bleed effect. Like
and never mind with that much weight. Like if you had a Ravager with 1,000 weight, go get wood on it. If you're just starting out, like it can carry more wood than you can.
Yeah.
Like
Well, so can Parasaur. And apparently they kill Carnos
but Parasaur's not. Oh, apparently they. Yeah, I saw the video.
We should have been prepared to play
that. The Parasaur killed a Carno on Aberration.
Anyway, yeah, those Ravagers. Just be prepared because like I was taming one level 20, one level 25 Stego. Mm-hmm. Now Ravager in sight. Mm-hmm. The second one tamed out. I was getting it back to the base, and a pack came up and started attacking me. It was 3 of them. Not really high level. I think the alpha was like level 60. Mm-hmm. And they killed one of the Stegos, almost killed the other one. No. Like, they're a little OP.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But then again, they're not hard to tame. They're not hard to find.
No, there's overset everywhere.
And if you tame a bunch of them, you could just overtake almost anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean... It is a great thing to have.
The dino balance,
but they are hard to deal with.
The dino balance in this game is pretty amazing because I was watching a video about getting a rock drake, and they said one of the most important things to bring with you is a Spino, like just a decent Spino, because he'll probably be able to kill all the rock drakes. Like, which I was like,
what?
Rock drakes are that weak when Spino's been so strong, but. He had like a level 176. Like he tamed it at 100 and then max leveled it out. Like force tamed it on a server.
Okay.
So level 176 Spino was just killing all the rock drakes.
Well, Spinos are pretty OP too.
They are. We just never used them.
And the rock drakes aren't like wyverns in that they're just like pure power.
Yeah.
They have a lot of utility. Mm-hmm. So I think they lack the power. But not saying they're not like super OP. You could probably kill anything with a good one. Just flying.
Yeah.
Just start gliding around.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're killing wild ones with the Spino.
Exactly. So it's not like... I mean, if you took a Spino into a wyvern cave, you'd probably get wrecked. Because they're so much more powerful. Yeah. But I mean, you can't saddle a wyvern, you can saddle a rock
actually fly. The difference between flying and gliding is very big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean... as far as balance goes. You give and you take. And
Yeah.
They did that with the Rock Drake pretty well, I think.
All right, so something we didn't cover in the past couple of weeks, we just had so much PUBG news, is some of the mysterious mysteries that came out before Aberration was released.
Right, so apparently most of those were like all the creatures that glow, like the Bulldog. Bulldog
Yes,
shoulder,
they did feature all the
yeah, you have the little deer, the little
glowy shoulder mounts, yeah.
thing. That one's cute.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other one? Oh, the other bird, like a more angry, cool looking.
So
dodo.
the deer thing is a goat. It's actually a goat. It's a shearhorn or something, or shinehorn.
Shinehorn. That's what it is. Yeah.
And that's one we had featured.
We didn't get to tame one of those.
So, Megan, do you think we can look at the first one of those mysterious mysteries? They're listed.
Which one is it?
So it's up
I
now?
want to see the picture.
Okay, so we're just gonna wait a second here to pull it up, and then you can probably switch early so we can be. Don't switch just yet, but like, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So the first one we're looking at here is Nameless, and so that's what a Nameless looks like. I mean, obviously it's all torn up. This is the dossier picture. And yeah, they can be damaged by charge. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if they'll run away from you if you have a glow.
They'll just die a lot quicker.
Shoulder mount, they just die quicker, I think. And they're like little minions of the Reaper. So if you see these guys, they can call a Reaper upon you.
Okay.
Which is pretty. I mean, that's a big fight you don't want to get into.
Okay.
All right, then we're gonna switch over to the Basilisk. Now you've gotten in a fight with one of these, or ran away from one at least, right?
I died instantly to one. It's not much of a fight.
So, and this is one of the creatures that
I encountered one.
This is one of the creatures that can be alpha. You can have alpha basilisks.
Yes, I did. I did read that.
And you actually need. You not only need whatever the trophy is from a basilisk, but you need a trophy for the from the alpha basilisk if you want to do the alpha version of the boss.
Okay.
On Aberration.
And they can be saddled.
They can be saddled.
They
are
tamed with eggs and or meat, obviously for less effectiveness.
Eggs or meat, so like Titanoboas.
They are a passive theme. I don't think it's quite like the Titanoboa mechanic. The Titanoboa mechanic is kind of stupid.
Yeah.
You can't be anywhere near. According to Dodo Decks, Basilisk.
See, there are people that are much better at.
Sorry,
I'm good at building.
I mean, and this is all because Dodo Decks doesn't have the.
No, this is
just whatever people are
inputting. The thing about right now is everything's still being discovered. These are all hard and loose.
So apparently, the best thing to tame one is a Dimetrodon egg. You can tame it in a minute and 20 seconds.
And you can. There are Dimetrodons on the map.
I was just gonna ask, are there even Dimetrodons?
I saw one in a cave.
Okay. So yeah, the best thing to tame is Dimetrodon egg. It'll take you a minute and 41 seconds with 5 of them.
For what level?
150.
Oh, wow. That's not too bad.
So yeah, that's the best way to tame them. Actually, Allosaurus egg has 0.2 less taming effectiveness. Again, this is all what information that they have collected so far since release. But it would actually tame out at the same level.
I haven't seen Allosaurus. And part of this too, like right now, no dinos are transferable over into Aberration. Items will be. They're keeping items non-transferable for the first couple weeks so people can get built up and not just
like we did
pillar spam the whole. Well, if they hadn't done it, there'd be servers just claimed because people have pillars and foundations and stuff that they could have just marked the whole server.
Yeah, so much annoyance to express about their whole plan of action, but whatever.
I think it's a half step at least.
So yeah, there's a number of eggs for taming them have been confirmed and reported.
So what's the mechanic? Like, do you just have to get behind them, or like?
You know what? It actually might be the same as Titanoboa because here it's saying you must feed it fertilized eggs. So I think it is exactly the same.
Oh, okay. Fertilized eggs. So you just have to lure it towards them.
Well, you drop it and they will eat it.
Okay.
So like if the Titanoboa is I know for the Titanoboa mechanic, if it's aggroing you, it's not going to work.
Oh, it's not going to eat it. Okay, you need to put it without it seeing
you. You can't walk up to it, press E, and it's not fed.
Yeah, no.
It has to eat the thing itself. So if it's aggroing you, it's not going to do that.
Okay.
You have to be well away from it.
And just wait for it to walk up to it.
Which I think is kind of silly, but whatever. It's hard enough getting enough fertilized eggs to do it. Might as well just make it, just... The bug repellent, that works. Like
the bug repellent
same thing like all the other ones. Why are you introducing new taming? You have enough taming mechanics.
So that's the Basilisk. They're very OP. I can't even imagine running into an Alpha one at this point. But let's take a look at the Glowbug, which we've had a chance to see in game. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Are these the ones that recharge you?
These are the ones that recharge. I think you can recharge your.
Yep, you just walk right up to it, press
your bulb dog.
Charged up the bulb dog, no problem.
And I think you can charge batteries on this. You can. Yeah, they're very useful.
I think that's all they can do.
Charge, yeah.
But they're probably like in certain locations in caves, which is cool.
What's the next one, honey?
Screen note? That's probably what that is.
That's what that one is. I don't know if I got rid of... I might have gotten rid of the gold
bug.
We
need to see a picture.
Yeah, so...
Bug. That's fine.
What we're looking at now
You'll see them. As soon as you start playing, you'll see them.
What we're looking at now is... we're not really sure. It's a new type of Explorer node, I believe, from Aberration. Whatever this is, looking like it's part of the... Oh, see, this is the glow bug. Now we're on the glow bug. Okay. But the other one was an Explorer node from...
Go back.
Aberration... where we think we're part... I think it's leading up to the boss fight. Maybe it has some description. It's all in foreign text. It's obviously from the aliens. Okay. But... And
those are cool.
We're not going to necessarily do story spoilers here, but...
It's because we don't know.
No, I mean, I know...
Oh, did you?
I know some of it, yeah.
All right, cheater.
It's pretty hard to avoid.
But other than all that, I mean, it is pretty fun. Like,
yeah, the new. I
there's
think the
a
new
lot
mechanics,
of new stuff.
Yeah,
right away. Like,
yeah,
right away. There's a ton of new stuff. Just mushrooms. Like, whoa, like that's like a whole new thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
the mushrooms.
Careful, don't hallucinate. And then you tame your first berry gatherer. They get tons of mushrooms, and then they can gather from the red mushrooms without hallucinating. And
yes and no.
Oh, really?
Some yes. I did hallucinate on the Doedicurus.
Well,
I think maybe because he's low enough.
They don't harvest mushrooms.
Yeah, but is that a known mechanic? I don't think that's a fact that we've checked.
Well,
I think it's just because I was low enough.
Well, I harvested a lot of red mushrooms on the stego and the trike, and I never hallucinated at all.
Yeah, I think it might have to do with
but
Pegomastics can't attack you if you're on anything taller than the bear.
Oh, yeah.
I think it might have to do something with the height of the dino, but I don't know.
Whatever. What was I gonna say? Oh, and for some really weird reason, you get almost no rare. You get like maybe you'll see one rare mushroom if you're just like hand picking these mushrooms for days at the risk of hallucinating. Which if you hallucinate twice, you're dead. Yeah, it takes that much health every time you get hallucinated. So that's irritating.
One thing that's interesting about the hallucination is it doesn't just like you start you don't just start losing oxygen. It takes all your oxygen. And you start suffocating immediately. Yeah, I think that's something they could tone down.
Even less of a reason to up your oxygen.
I think that's something they could do is like slow the oxygen depletion rate. You would probably lose health less.
Yeah, but it's nice knowing once you're on a team, you don't have to really worry about getting hallucinating
while you're gathering. Once you get a hazard suit.
Yeah, while you're gathering berries. So that is nice. And I was going to say something else about... Oh, yeah, for some reason, when you harvest the red mushrooms, you get tons and tons, like hundreds amounts of rare mushrooms, which I find really weird. For some reason, you just get... Like, you could get thousands.
You'll never need to cook meat again for yourself.
Yeah, I find that so weird. But whatever.
Could be a bug. Maybe they'll never address it. Who cares?
Maybe at some point on the map you need...
It's more of just an annoyance, like... Well, you can make them into stews and stuff, like, but I don't know why.
I'm not complaining about it. I just found it interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why you would need. We're literally throwing them out like they're like thatch or fiber.
There's no room.
Yeah,
there's no room.
Yeah.
Do you want the picture off there?
No. Let's continue. We're gonna go right into the. I know we're taking a lot of tangents, but there's just a lot of new things in the patch. Or in the expansion. So, yeah, let's talk about the Dino TLC Pass models. We've been talking about the Dino TLC Pass. Hopefully, they're going to start teasing some of the new values and abilities of these dinos.
Parasaurus.
Yeah, Cooper wants the Parasaurus to be more OP.
I think everything should have a use, and it's literally useless.
Yeah.
Anything a Parasaur can do, another dino can do way better.
Yeah.
So, I just think it's dumb. Like, if you want it to exist, give it a reason.
Yes.
Like,
I think it's a nice first tame. It's a nice way to learn taming. It's not going to kill you.
I mean, yeah, they are easy to tame. But
anyway, so right now, Wildcard's releasing some of the screenshots of the models for some of the new dinosaurs.
It's interesting they chose to redo the T-Rex. Like,
yeah,
it was one of the ones that I feel that they got right off the bat. Not that I'm complaining, because it does look nice, but it doesn't. It's not that much of a difference, and I thought it already looked good.
If anything, I think I'm gonna start confusing them more for Allosauruses and Uteranus's now because of the eyebrows.
Yeah. But the direwolf I liked a lot.
Okay, so Megan,
picture of that?
It's not the next one; it's the last one. So let's go to the next one. Next one's the Megapithecus.
Oh, Megapithecus I like too.
Yeah,
like the old one, the one comparatively, the one that exists now just looks stupid.
You said that. Now the next one, the last one.
No, this is all my fault.
It's okay. So yeah,
although it is not on the note.
We're looking at the direwolf for a second, then we're gonna get back to the Megapithecus.
But yeah, come on, that's obviously a huge improvement.
I don't think so.
Oh, it so is.
I like the old direwolf,
and this is a massive improvement.
The Megapithecus is a huge improvement. We can all say that looks like a human face.
Yeah. See, this is something that already does something cool. Like it can throw players.
Yeah. It's a cool dino. It doesn't necessarily
one of the best fiber gatherers after the Therizinosaur.
Yeah, I don't think it needs necessarily much of an update. I think some of the things we're looking for as far as updated stats would be the Parasaur. Would be...
not even the stats, just like the purpose.
The purpose,
like, what does it do that another dino can't do?
Pteranodon. Speed and stamina increase off the bat.
I mean, no, because in PvP, like, I've seen really good PvP players just like, and they love Pteranodons. Mm-hmm. And they do so much with Pteranodons.
They can.
So I think they're healthy.
Once you're breeding, I think...
No, not even. Like, I do feel like Pteranodons are healthy.
I think you could just scale them less. Like, start them out a little bit better and scale them less.
They have a defined purpose, being the fastest flyer, but their weight is horrible. Mm-hmm. Their stamina is subpar, so you have to invest in stamina. So it's like, I do think there's a nice balance on the Pteranodon currently.
Do you think any of the classic dinos have to be changed, other than Parasaur, like you've talked about? What else needs a purpose?
I mean, the difference between Trike and Stego, there's enough of a difference there.
It's a little bit...
Trikes are much easier to tame. Mm-hmm. Notably easier to tame, so they're better for, like, newer...
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, there's not a huge amount of difference there.
Because the Stego doesn't walk as fast.
That's true.
When a Trike's charging, it can definitely kill you. Yep. I find it's way easier to knock out a Stego than a Trike.
Because the Trike will take half damage to the plate.
Well, if you're hitting the face, so you got to be running around it. Never mind, it's faster than you.
Yeah, but Stego you can just shoot anywhere.
Yeah. Well, it gets a head bonus, but as opposed to a head negative.
Yeah.
Nerf.
But I mean, I like that about the Trike, that you can whatever you're fighting, you just face them and you take less damage. Like there's a purpose there.
Yeah.
They're just a good all around tame.
All right, so let's take a look at that direwolf real quick. Yeah, I think the Megapithecus doesn't need to be changed at all, but the model does make sense. I was just excited for the TLC pass to come out and like for them to just show us the new values, but instead they're teasing models, and it's just not what I'm interested in right now.
They're tugging people along, which is
they don't need to. They're just
trying to distract from other things, which is what they're good at.
People still haven't beaten the boss on Aberration. I don't think they need to tug people along. So you like this new thing? What do you like about its face? I don't like its face. It doesn't have as much fur. It's like a bald face.
Well, it has
its hair is shorter.
It has a more face of personality.
Yeah,
it does look better all around.
It looks angrier, but I didn't think we needed an angry. I like the dog. It's a little puppy. You pet it.
Its eyes are like really small, black, and beady.
You can't really pet it, but I mean, the only thing you could see. This is what I think we need in the game: is every dinosaur is pettable.
But now, what does that do?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you could make it so that you can pet every dino, and it gives them an individual experience boost. But then you get with the Listersaur, when you pet it, it gives everyone a boost.
Right, okay. It's a little cheap, but whatever. It's a little cheese.
Iron Me Wildcard. Okay, so what do you think about some of the things like Glide Suit, Hazard Suit?
Haven't got to use any of it.
Okay.
I support all of it, though.
You like the idea of being able to get around
of all of this stuff.
Zip lines without a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the whole point of this is to maximize the human experience. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever you be able to do on a tame, there should be an equivalent that you can craft for yourself to make you able to do it.
Hey,
besides harvesting, even though there is that, you can always harvest anything yourself. Obviously, you get much more yield on a dino, so that there is some purpose there. But like, yeah, I mean, the end goal, you want a rock drake. You can. That's the best mobility in the game. Mm-hmm. But it's cool that you have the glider suit to get you there.
Yeah.
To fill in that gap.
Yeah.
So it does make the mid game a little more exciting. Mm-hmm. Definitely. Wood elevator, great.
Yeah.
So great.
I sort of want to just go build that right now.
That's totally fantastic.
Yeah. It would make living in the redwoods very nice.
Like I like things that offer more to the mid game, because like take the cooking pot for example. Mm-hmm. It's horrendous. Yeah. Everyone's hate using the cooking pot.
Everyone hates
it. Good God, when are we getting our industrial cooker? When do we get even when we were in an alpha tribe, it was like, who's level whatever to get us the industrial cooker? Like, we cannot live without that. Like, where's the mid game item for that? Yeah. And so it's I like seeing stuff like that. So the wood elevator is cool. Glow sticks are cool. I'm sure they have a lot more use than we found out of them, because we were just like, oh, cool, look at this. But I'm sure, like in caves and stuff, they're super, super, super
useful.
If
you were solo exploring, I just don't know exactly how you're going to solo explore with all the dinosaurs around. There's so many dangerous dinosaurs everywhere. Yeah. Everywhere.
Yeah, well, who knows?
Who knows?
Metal cliff platforms, again, super awesome.
Yep.
Pliers, that's just super creative and super fun.
Pliers so bad.
That's just a great idea.
What's annoying is you're not going to be able to make the pliers on the island.
Once you learn it?
Because you need gems. You need green gems.
Well, yeah, that's anything. You can't make scorch stuff, even if you know the engram. Like, you can't learn flame arrows to go to another server. You need a propellant. There's always a map specific.
How do you make propellant?
Sulfur and something. So yeah, you can only get the materials on scorch. So yeah, any of that, and you'll find it's true if you look at any of the like map specific engrams. Mm-hmm. You can only make them with a certain resource that you can only find on that map.
Not like chainsaw.
Yeah, you can't make a chainsaw on an island.
What do you need? No, you can.
What do you need to make a chainsaw? Let's look it up.
Polymer metal. Cementing paste, I'm sure. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Where would you put cementing paste in a chainsaw?
Because you put cementing paste in everything.
In everything with metal. But yeah. So speaking of those new resources, what do you think about the new resources? Gems, gas balls?
Are a little... I mean, I like the... I totally support... I support the idea of having map exclusive items being made with map exclusive resources, because you got to spread yourself out. Yeah, and I like that. It doesn't, the gems aspect doesn't make sense, but there's a lot of things in ARK that don't make sense.
It's just different colored crystals.
Like, why do I need gems to make an elevator when I've been making a metal elevator this whole time without gems? Now all of a sudden to make a wood elevator I need these certain gems. That's only to keep it
does it require
aberration.
Gems?
Almost everything requires gems.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff does.
A lot of stuff does. And I, like I said, I support keeping aberration items
today I was thinking,
associated with the aberration map, but it just doesn't make sense why you would need gems for this certain thing. But then again, even on certain things, like we were saying, cementing paste, it just doesn't make sense sometimes. But they're requiring it because they want you to reach a certain point.
It's a way to place it in the meta. Yeah. Like, it makes it harder to make it.
Yeah. So yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right about the chainsaw. Once you learn the engram, you can make it wherever you go.
I was pretty sure because I made it once. Yeah.
Yeah, and now that you're saying that, I should have thought of that.
Yeah.
But it is. But like I said, it is cool when certain things are map exclusive.
I think the gas balls is a little weird. Like, we already had a version.
Gas ball's weird.
Gas ball's weird.
What is a gas ball?
It's just a needless resource.
It's just like making a.
I like. You see, if we could use gas balls to make gasoline, I'm down. But because oil is such a valuable resource on Aberration, because you can only get it on the surface from trilobites, dung beetles, or seekers. Seekers are the demigorgon flying things.
Okay.
Bats. Or you have to mine it on the surface. So oil is super rare on Aberration.
Okay. That's
so
cool.
if you could make gas balls into gasoline, like, it'd be
a way to fill the gap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fill that. Yeah.
But instead now they just have it in just in recipes that I don't understand why we need gas. Like, it doesn't make sense story-wise, like, at all.
It's just like the gems. Like, what are any gems to make a hazard suit?
Or pliers.
You know?
What
are any gems to make pliers?
Yeah.
I know why they're doing it.
Yeah.
But it is really nice when you can see
the connection.
They still do that, and
yeah.
it still connects seamlessly. And so that is nice, but I mean, I suppose I understand that they can't do that all the time.
Yeah.
It's a give and take with Wildcard.
Yeah.
Mostly take.
Some other things that I noticed with just official servers, sort of I guess this is the whole game and official servers. This specifically with official servers is that the Aberration servers have consistently high ping than other NA servers.
I think they're just getting more attention.
I don't think so.
No.
They were all at 100 at launch. They're still all over 100, some up at 145 ping. Whereas you go to an island, like Island Server 33, we played there for like a minute, is down at like in the 40s for ping.
Okay, that's interesting.
And most island servers are hosted in Germany. That doesn't make any sense. Not only because it says North America, but we're getting such good ping from Germany.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, so I don't understand why that's going on. I hope that they just improve the overall server situation. I know they're trying to do it by nerfing turrets, but
don't open that door.
We already talked about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 3 different artifacts to be found on the expansion in Aberration. They're all in separate caves of their own, which are like dungeons, just like the other caves that we've encountered. Mm-hmm. And then there's one artifact, additionally, that is in the expansion, like it's in the game code, but it's not used so far. Nobody knows that it's been used anywhere.
Okay.
So the artifact of the Lost, which is funny because it's not in the game, we don't know what's going on with that. So if anybody finds out about that, let us know. All the obelisks, and as far as I can tell, beacons are on the surface. Like beacons, the ones that fall. There are loot crates underground, but beacons are on the surface.
Yeah, which is kind of cool because that's like reversed.
Yeah.
Which I think is neat.
Yeah, so all the obelisks and beacons are on the surface. I've been to all the obelisks. I couldn't summon Aberration there, which is the boss. That's just what it's called, summon Aberration. That doesn't give any spoilers.
Well...
no, I mean, I'll tell you after what the thing is. But a lot of people are saying that they're able to summon... Aberration at the obelisks above ground, which is pretty crazy because the only way I was able to find a way to summon him was by going to his platform. He has a platform just like the Tech Cave.
Yeah.
And it was pretty crazy. Tons of I had like 4 drakes on the platform with me at one point, like just all tucked in this tiny little cave. I'm like, how do you even get in here? Like,
yeah.
But so. I'm very excited. I guess one of the last point... Okay, just to recap about the surface. The surface is on fire most of the time. I was watching a guide. You have to go there after 1,700 hours for it to not be on fire. And then I think you have to get out before it's daylight. And the night's shorter. So you have to... It's very quick whether or not you can be upstairs. Otherwise, you're literally on fire.
The hazard suit does nothing for that.
The hazard suit prevents radiation.
Only, okay.
It doesn't prevent the burning.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And then we talked about the alpha creatures that are available in the ARK are Reaper, Basilisk, and Karkinos. And then the last note, because we've been talking about the boss a little bit here, is that Wildcard is still offering $2,000 to the first person to tweet video proof to them that they beat the boss on official servers for Aberration.
So why waste your time raiding noobs?
Yeah. Work together.
Really, Chinese people?
Work together, dude. Those caves are so hard. I don't even know if people have beaten those caves on official. I know people have blocked off the caves. One of the caves on our server is blocked off on 292. On our old server. Yeah. So I mean, that's going to be pretty exciting when we see that video. I'm excited to watch it because
me too.
It's going to be an
that is cool. I think that's so cool
especially
that they're
if
doing that.
The current restrictions are still there. 10 players, 20 dinos. That's the current restriction for any boss. No flyers. No.
Well, you don't need flyers for bosses, but yeah.
Huh?
You don't need flyers for a boss.
Yeah, but you've never been able to use them. I think you can only use Argentavis on Manticore. That's the only boss you can use a flyer on.
Well, why would you bring in Argentavis and Manticore?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So, very interesting stuff. I'm excited to see that. And I'm excited to play around more. Hopefully, we'll be able to get into... Cooper's usually on my stream. Hopefully, we'll be able to get deeper in Aberration. I'm excited for it way more than I was excited for Scorched Earth or Ragnarok.
Me too.
It's so cool. And
it's so different. It's a different, unique idea. That's great. It does solve some interesting problems while ignoring other ones, but that's typical.
Yep.
Like the no flyers, I do think that's really cool because it's like you miss so much when you're flying around. You know, so it's kind of nice that you miss so much less when you just have to stay on the ground and see everything from a ground standpoint. I think is really cool.
Yeah. So now we're going to move into our news section, and we're going to be covering the PUBG patch notes.
And it's also a really, really beautiful map. Like, it just looks awesome. Gorgeous. I think they did a really fantastic job.
I usually keep all the ground clutter off on my on my piece. I've just been running with ground clutter full. I don't care if I lose stuff.
And most of the maps are really nice.
Oh yeah,
all the maps they're decent. I think are really nice. And
but I love
different.
I love this map. Yeah,
but it is definitely unique.
Yeah. So we have a bit of a statement here about from PUBG with the most recent patch notes about how I'm just going to summarize what they said because I want to read this whole paragraph.
I already talked about PUBG.
Huh?
I thought you already talked about PUBG.
No, we briefly talked about it, and you're one page forward. We got to go one page back.
Well, it is 902.
So they originally had always planned that weather and map selection would be random. I mean, you've played in queues, you do have fog maps.
Right, yep.
So that's always random. But with this new map, people feel that it's almost a completely different game mode with the desert map.
Okay. I haven't played the desert map yet, so I can't comment on it.
So they are going to be enabling separate queues for the desert map on official. Not at launch. It's not going to be happening this Wednesday. And part of that is due to the fact that they already have 3 team modes and 2 perspectives. So you have solo, duo, squad, all third person, all first person, all on NA, Oceania, Asia, Europe. They have so many different queues that if then they split up the map, you're literally doubling the amount of queues that they have, that they can't guarantee a smooth experience yet because in their mind you need 100 players to have it be a real battle royale experience. If you're going in with 50 players on this huge map, you're not going to see anybody. So it's not going to happen yet, and they might even turn off some queues in some regions, and they just know that the queue experience is going to be horrible at certain times of day. You know, if you're trying to queue at 3 in the morning in Oceania, not only do you have less players, but no one's awake, you're going to be waiting forever for a game. So they may just shut off that queue at that time. Just because they know the experience isn't going to be optimal. But that's not going to be coming out this Wednesday. We're going to have to wait for more news on that. Hey, Donut Glazer. PUBG's a good game. Don't be so mean. So recently in the lobby, we've gotten a replay menu. So you're able to watch replays of your game within...
Well, they caught on to that a lot faster than Riot.
Yeah. Yeah. So it can record up to 1 kilometer around your character, and it ends when your character dies. But at least then you can watch what led up to your death, and maybe what you should have been expecting.
That's nice.
And plus, if you get to the end, you can... Sooner than later, the map is only 1 kilometer big anyway, so you can see everything if you make it to the end.
Which is the most exciting part anyway.
Yeah. So,
unless you die before that.
So you're able to enable the replay saving in options before you enter a match. And then it's just saved in your lobby's replay menu. Up to 20 replays can be saved, and they will be automatically deleted in the oldest order when the number exceeds 20. Now, I don't know if they have the option to download like Overwatch. It does it really well. Not only does Overwatch already highlight good plays you make, it just knows you did good. And it goes, oh, I'll keep that for later, even if you don't get play of the game. If you get play of the game, that's recorded as well. But Overwatch will highlight them. You can go to your highlights menu, and you can say, that's good, that's good, that's good. Download. And you can choose what quality, you can choose frame rate, and then you can just send it off to YouTube. like if you're really into the Overwatch replay menu is like pristine goals. I don't know if it's going to be that smooth. Maybe we'll see some improvement over time.
Whatever, it's cool that they have it.
Yeah, it's good that they have it. Yeah. H1 is better. Donut Glazer, you're a contrarian.
Tilted instantly. Okay, moving on.
Go talk to Summit 1G then. So they have in the most recent patch notes they have the control guy down there. I was even watching a video from him versus her, and they said it can be pretty confusing. But there's ways to move the camera, switch between camera angles, go between different characters. So you can do free looking. You can not only be from a character's perspective, but you can just swing the camera around through the battlefield if you're trying to see everything.
Is this still the replay thing?
This is still the replay thing. So you would be able to not only just review, but you could even make like a little movie inside PUBG, which is pretty cool.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not going to read all the controls. You can look those up yourself.
Thank you.
All right, and then we're going to get into some of the gameplay changes they just made, still on the test server. And obviously we're going to be seeing these on Wednesday. Can you buy me PUBG? I'm joking. Good. No, I can't.
You still won't play with him because he bought it for me, and I still don't play with him.
They adjusted the size of Miramar, the desert map's first blue zone. A lot of people thought it was too big, and so the first 10 minutes you didn't even have to worry about it almost because you were almost guaranteed to be inside it.
Okay, I mean it's the first 10 minutes. That's nice.
Yeah, people wanted it to happen quicker. Like games, you would be seeing nobody for so long if you dropped in a semi-remote area.
10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes is a long time. Get to some
action.
Guess.
I don't know. Well, I didn't like that. And again, I only played on the other map, but I didn't like that. Like, you decide where you want to go because it's a spot you like and what you're gonna do, and you get this whole thing going, and then like here's the zone, like 1,000 miles away. And so you're like running, and you can't find a vehicle because you heard gunshots, so you just have to run, and then you just end up out of the zone, and then you die.
Yeah.
I know that was poor planning as well.
So far, I've only died once outside zone.
On the new map.
Okay,
because we were dying outside of zone all the time.
In Erangel, yeah. Well, it's also
it is poor planning.
Majority landmass on Miramar. There's no rivers. There's no ocean. I mean, there is an ocean, but
that only came into play one time when the zone killed us.
Sometimes it does. Sometimes you're trying to.
I do like.
There's also
we all got to get across this bridge. Some people are gonna die. Like I do like that.
Yeah. So they did incorporate the bridge mechanic, but it plays less into the overall gameplay because the military island on Erangel is so big. Sometimes that's the whole zone, and you just have to get to the military.
Which I think is cool.
That's almost. I mean, that's going to happen way less on Miramar. There is still an island. It's a prison, and there's actually 3 bridges. But one just goes between islands, not to the mainland. So they still have a double bridge dynamic, but it's different, and you'll probably encounter it less, which I like because sometimes you'll do like 3 games in a row where you have to go to military base from mainland, and it's like,
well, that's silly.
Just sometimes it's just the way the zones line up. Yeah, Okay, so gameplay changes for other than the blue zone. Winchester 94. It's the lever action rifle only on Miramar. Bullet loops can now be attached to the Winchester 94. Basically, they took the bullet loops for the Kar 98 and just made them for both guns. So it looks exactly the same. They're just called bullet loops now, and they go on both guns. They added a red tip to the Winchester 94 iron sights for easier aiming. Love that change. Can we get some Advanced Warfare news? No.
Too much PUBG.
Never mind. No one's played Call of Duty in like 10 years. So there is increased the zoom level on the Win 94 in aim down sights while holding breath. So when you hold your breath, typically you do zoom. I think you do zoom. I know you zoom on scopes. I don't know if you zoom without scopes. I should play around with that more. Typically, but on the Winchester, because you can't put a scope on it, you have an increased zoom level on the Winchester 94 in aim down sights while holding breath. They increased the recoil of the Winchester 94, which I'm okay with. I mean, there's quite a bit of time between. Your recoil should be reset by the time you shoot again. They slightly increased the drag effect and reduced the base damage of the M24 by about 2%. So a bit of a buff and a bit of a nerf at the same time. M24 is a crate only gun, like you have to get those loot crate. Okay, no. They increased the drag effect of the Kar 98, and they decreased the size of the blood particle effects at greater distance. So it's going to be harder to know if you hit them. So which is really annoying. Never mind, on Miramar now, I don't know if they fixed this yet, but the dust kick-up is almost non-existent in some situations. So if you're trying to take a far shot, sometimes you miss, and the only way you know you missed or where your bullet was, how you need to correct, is because you can see the dust kick up to the left or the right of the player. Now you can barely ever see that anymore. So, which is really annoying. They're making long-distance engagements a little bit harder on Miramar, which I guess I sort of get because there's so much opportunity for them on Miramar. But it would be interesting to see what happens when they go live. Okay, in the UX, they added two new key bindings to enable toggle or hold action for aiming and aim down sights, and a lot of other things too. Not just aiming and aim down sights. They made it so that you can toggle lean on Q and E. You can toggle them instead of holding them. They added a new animation for the Winchester 94. Its lever action is now about 30% faster. They adjusted the item spawn rate of Miramar to better optimize for Miramar area. So I don't know if that means less or more. They didn't even say if it's less or more. They increased the fuel efficiency of the pickup on Miramar. It's sort of like the new UAC, but it's real, it's like a Bronco pickup. It's real turny. It'll do 180s on you if you mess up a bump or something. It'll just spin out. And they adjusted the front skin of the Aqua Rail, which is like a jet ski. Super fun. Probably the funnest vehicle in the game. They removed... What? What did you say? They removed... I'm literally talking to two people who don't play PUBG at all.
This is painful.
It's not. It's good.
Is.
So, they removed rainy and foggy weather from Erangel on the test server only, just so you can have good games on the test server. Maybe it was impacting server performance. I don't know. Road signs in Miramar are now breakable when hit with vehicles, and they reduced the background music volume in lobby. Every game could make that. Every game can make that decision. It'd be a buff. Yeah. And anytime a game has the option to turn off background music in menu, it's turned off for me. Every game. I'll buy the soundtrack and listen to it when I want to.
And you would.
I do.
You would.
I have the ARK soundtrack.
But I don't want to hear it in any way associated while I'm playing the game.
Well, I don't mind the music while you're fighting, but the menu, it's no.
It's
get out of my face.
Yeah.
They reduced the volume of window breaking sound effect. They added a sound effect for road sign breaking, because now road signs are breakable. And they lowered the reverb for the character's voice when getting hit indoors. So maybe there was a bit of an echo. It said reverb, yeah, so it must have been some sort of echo when getting indoors. Maybe you're less able to triangulate their position now. They adjusted the short distance volume of pickup and buggy. Adjusted. Say lowered or heightened. Why did you say adjusted? I don't know.
Is this all the rest?
Yeah. I've been breezing through these. Nicky Girl's listening, and he's probably saying get out of here. Give it more time.
So much.
Donut Glazers are saying funnest? Yeah, the Aqua Rail is the funnest vehicle in PUBG. Most fun. Oh, sorry. And wait, ARK? Yeah, we talked about ARK for an hour ago.
Yeah,
so you missed it.
Yeah, you missed it.
We'll be talking more about it.
Tune in sooner.
Yeah, tune in next week. We'll be talking about it more. Okay, so the bug fixes. They fixed the issue where trying to aim while free looking would produce an undesired visual effect. I think that was a little bit of a glitch, if you would go to hold, but it's a whole thing. You know if you've experienced it. They fixed it, supposedly. Fixed the issue where the Kar 98 thumbnail in inventory screen had magazine clip in view, which it should not. Fix the issue where in parachute or plane in first-person mode there was a viewing angle limit applied. Okay, so they say this where if you noticed on the test server you could only look like to a certain angle, like maybe like 135 degrees or something like that. Behind you couldn't do a full 180 like you could on real servers, but now you can't get to 234 kilometers per hour. You're not able to fully dive. So I think that might have been a resulting bug from their bug fix. So it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully we get another fix for that before Wednesday. They fixed the issue where the SKS did not have any gun sway. That stinks. It's a nice bug to have while it was there. So talking about horizontal sway. So pretty much everybody was taking... I think everyone was taking angled grip while that was happening, but no more. You're going to want to take vertical grip, I think. Fix the issue where the motorbike and buggy would slide down when parked on a slope. That's nice. Fix the issue where the report button would appear at the battle results screen even when player had won the game. Where the report button would appear at the battle results screen even when a player had won the game. Well, why wouldn't you want to report somebody even if you won the game? Maybe you did. Maybe you killed the cheater. That's not a bug. Fix the issue where a player could climb up on a blocked off floor of a particular building and military base. Okay, that's good. Fix the issue where... Okay, these are all kill cam fixes. Fix the issue where a character was not visible or sound came first when kill cam was played. Fix the issue where if a character was more than 400 meters away, they seemed to be shooting through a closed door even when the door was open. They fixed the issue where the camera would show the inside of a character's face. Hey! Well, oh wait, in kill cam, not in the real game. Do it in the lobby. Fix the issue in the lobby. Fix the issue where the inventory was full. When the inventory was full, player could not drop or replace AR quick draw magazines. Who's picking up AR quick draw magazines? Nobody.
Not me.
Yeah, not Cooper.
Don't look at me.
Okay, so very quickly to switch gears. No more bug fixes. PUBG still hasn't beaten that 2.95 million peak players on November 25th they set, but again, to go along with what me and Nick were saying, he's thinking 3.75 after release, or at least that's what he put down. I'm thinking 3.5 million before the end of the year after release. Like, we're thinking, yeah, I guess this coming Saturday is going to be pretty interesting. I don't know if they're going to hit it. I guess if they were going to hit it, they're going to hit it this Saturday, not the next one. But that'll be interesting to see. Because it hasn't gone up in close to a month. And then, very quickly, for Overwatch, the Winter Wonderland skins that are new. Obviously, there's returning Winter Wonderland skins, but we have a skin for Soldier 76, Sombra, Roadhog, which is probably my favorite skin, Hanzo, probably Nick's favorite skin, and Bastion. And we also had one for Anna, as far as I know. So, yeah. All looking pretty good. We had a polls and trivia last week. Which map do you like better? Last I checked, I was the only one that commented on it, guys. So. Way to disappoint me, Donut Glazer.
Yeah, I'm still going to talk about this game for a solid 20 minutes. Obviously, I got no feedback from it, but I'm coming back strong with another 20 minutes.
Me and Nick love PUBG. But yeah, so we're trying to be more consistent with the polls and trivia, and me and Nick will talk about another one for this week. Maybe we'll give it something with more options. But please, let us know. We also have a level up section where you can email us in any questions for us or about the certain game that you're having. It'd be great to hear from you guys. Then as far as where you can follow us and ask us all these questions, you can follow us at, obviously, twitch.tv/Respawn Mondays. On Twitter as Respawn Mondays, and then I think our Gmail for those level up questions is respawn.mondays@gmail.com. You can follow Nick at I don't know. Check the description of all these things.
Nikki Girl Gaming, Nikki Girl 7.
Nikki Girl Gaming on YouTube, Nikki Girl 07 on Twitter, I believe. And then I think he has a Twitch channel. I think it might be Nikki Girl 07 as well, but I'm not sure. Check the description. You can follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, all at Tolmaeith, TOLMAEITH. Like I said earlier, review us on iTunes. We'd love to give you a shout out, or email us any of your questions. Do you want to give yourself any shout out for any social media?
Nope.
No. You can find him on my stream. We'll be playing ARK later.
Yeah, we'll stream a lot.
So guys, thanks for respawning with us, and we'll see you next week.